Gemini's goodbye never sounds final, but it is. Gemini, the mutable air sign ruled by Mercury, is known for their adaptability, charm, and endless curiosity. They are often social butterflies, moving effortlessly between different groups and interests. However, when it comes to goodbyes, Gemini's farewell rarely feels final, even though deep down, they may have already made up their mind. This paradox is rooted in Gemini's nature. Being ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, they are skilled with words and can be incredibly persuasive or convincing in their interactions. When a Gemini says goodbye, it often comes across as lighthearted, maybe even with a sense of humor or a playful tone. They may give the impression that they could come back or that the door is still open. This casual, non-final sounding goodbye is often meant to soften the emotional weight of the situation. As Geminis are not always comfortable with heavy, emotionally charged moments, they prefer things to stay light and breezy. However, beneath the surface, Gemini's goodbyes often carry more weight than they let on. Though they don't show it overtly, once a Gemini has made the decision to walk away, they do so with a sense of finality. Their decision might be based on their need for change, freedom, or a shift in their emotional landscape. A Gemini's goodbye doesn't always have to be dramatic or filled with tears. Instead, it's marked by their desire to move on and explore new possibilities. For them, closure doesn't always come with a grand gesture, but with the quiet certainty that they've outgrown the connection or situation. This tendency to make their goodbye feel less definitive can also be a defense mechanism. Gemini values their independence and can sometimes fear being tied down, whether to a person, place, or situation. Saying goodbye in a non-final way allows them to preserve the option of returning, should they ever feel the need. They can keep the door slightly ajar just in case. But once they've fully made the decision to leave, they rarely look back. To others, this might feel confusing. People often think that Gemini's goodbyes lack substance or sincerity. But for Gemini, it's more about their nature to avoid confrontation or the heaviness of an emotional farewell. They would rather leave on good terms, keeping the mood light, than engage in a prolonged emotional goodbye. In the end, Gemini's goodbye may never sound final, but when they decide it's time to part ways, it usually is. They just don't always express it in a way that others can immediately recognize. So, if a Gemini says goodbye with a smile or a joke, don't be fooled into thinking they'll be back right away. Chances are, they've already moved on to the next chapter in their ever-changing world.